Hey, is this thing on? Yeah, y'all know I'm silly. Hold on, though. Hold on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Hey, y'all better come and talk to me. I said y'all better motherfucking come and talk to me. Period. Like Jodeci had said. Get your ass up. First of all, Poopa Sauce, it is 5:57 where I am right now, and I'm loving it. I told y'all I am a morning girl. Good morning. Good morning, Poopa Stars. Period. I'm getting my Eddie Murphy on. Good morning, Poopa Stars. Scoot up in here. Mm-hmm. Scoot up in here. I said, merry-go-round, run round. Holiday, scoot up, y'all. Hey, hey, hey. Scoot up in here like a bubble car. Hit that like button. Okay, we still on a motherfucking holiday roll. Hey, so shout out to that. I said, I'm going to repeat that. Yeah, yeah. I said, yeah, 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 yeah. Child, we still on a motherfucking holiday roll. And we just here to have a fun All right, Pooper Stars. So shout out to her. Okay, now hey, this sugar motherfucking shit with me. So what was and what and so let's see. I st I st I st That's my shit, y'all. Why I love doing that. Why I love doing that. Like I had the realization that I absolutely love doing that. 2 motherfucking day. I sure did. So shout out to that. Y'all hold on real quick. Um, Let me get back off camera. So listen to this though. So shout out to Coffee City who posted the hold on. God damn. I know I didn't do that. I know I didn't do that. Hold on. Oh yeah. I did. Okay, I did it right. Period. So shout out to Coffee City, y'all, who posted the report, okay, from the alleged victim of Stefan Diggs. Let's read this report together. Y'all see that? Can y'all see that? Okay. It don't matter. Cause period. I can read. I got this. Yeah. Look. So listen, it says on this is what the report says. It says on 12/16, which somebody reported it. Okay, anyway, it said on 12/16 while assigned to the front desk, Adams Miller entered the station to report a past incident. Okay, okay, makes sense. Adams appeared emotional and was initially hesitant to give a statement. She asked for a female officer. I checked the scheduling sheets and saw that we did not have a female officer on until 4 p.m. I let Adams know this and I told her that I'd give her a few minutes to think about things and that I understood if she was uncomfortable speaking to me. After a few minutes, she said that she would give the report to me. I brought her to the interview room off of the lobby and we began to speak. After taking down her information, I asked her to tell me in her own words what happened. She was hesitant to reveal a suspect initially, but I told her that I could take a statement and we could talk about that later. She went on to say that on 12/2/25 she was working as a private chef at 7 Schoolmaster Lane in Dedham. Okay, hit the like button. She said that on this date, the male that she worked for entered her unlocked bedroom. They had been having an ongoing text exchange over money owed to Adams. She said that they began to discuss this, which apparently angered the male. She alleges that the male then smacked her across the face. She said that she tried to push him away. The male then tried to rhymes with yoke using the crook of his elbow around her neck. She said that he was behind her with his arm wrapped around her. She said that she did feel like she had trouble breathing and that she felt like she could have blacked out. She said that as she tried to pry him away, he tightened his grip. At that point, the male threw her onto the bed. He said something to the effect of thought so. And then she told him that she still hasn't been paid. At that point, the male said lies and walked out the room. She explained to me that he needs to sign off on payments in order for her to be paid, which is why she confronted him directly. I asked her if she had documented any injuries when this occurred. She said that she had some redness on her upper chest area but did not take photos. At this point in the conversation, Adams revealed that the male's name was Diggs, Stephon Diggs, currently plays for the New England Patriots of the NFL. Due to his fame, she was very hesitant to come forward with this. I inquired about the details of her employment so I could understand the relationship. She said that she began as a private chef on or around 720 of 25, and that her employment was supposed to go through the end of the NFL football season. She said that she is normally paid by wire transfer and that the initial agreement was for weekly pay. She said that since she had been working there, she has been getting paid monthly instead. As of now, she said um, that she still believes she is owed a month's pay. In early November, she was told by Diggs that her employment was not needed for the week of. See, yeah, something ain't right about that. Something just ain't right about that. Um, that's crazy. Hold on. Hold on, y'all. Hit this hang up. I'ma call y'all right back. No, when it hang up, y'all still there. So shout out to that. Yeah. So listen, y'all. Um, well, it seemed like the report kept going. So anyway, like I said, though, shout out to Coffee City for posting that. Okay, and then what was also posted was this: the text messages allegedly between the two, um, with her. Y'all make sure I hit the like button with her saying, um, he said down, this is allegedly him, he said down having a texting match, you got it, cool. And then she said, you will paying me out for the season and the money you said you will give me for my business, wasted my fucking time being here because you got a fucking circus going on. Ooh. She said, I'm out of your life. And he said, I won't be paying you shit. Fuck I look like paying you and another chef. You hobby? Man, when he said that, I lost my fucking mind. That shit was funny. He said, is you hobby? He said, who the fuck gotta give you money for your business? I don't gotta do a motherfucking thing. And you can get whoever you want. You got my address. Tell them come take the money. Then, fuck you talking about. He said, show me. Show me. I'm boosy. Cha. I said, oh, and I'm in the ghetto. I said, not they forcing me. Yeah, child, they forcing me, yo girl, Shay Renee, to be in the ghetto for real because, like, I'm not capping. Let me show y'all I'm not capping. I meant that shit, girl. Look. When I woke up, and y'all know I blog. Yeah, so shout out to that. Look, remember I told y'all yesterday on yesterday's podcast, like, literally, I have been coming to a lot of realizations. And yesterday's realization was the internet wasn't about the Stefan and Cardi B meter. Bitch. They just wasn't. I didn't want to hear that shit. Yeah. Child. Look at me. Somebody come look at this. Man, I didn't want to hear that shit. Okay? So shout out to that. um, I did not. Man, listen. What more can I say? Ba-bam, ba-bam, bam. Child, I woke up yesterday and felt like I was in the fucking ghetto. In the midst of it, I did. I was like, oh my God. And for those of you who don't know what's going on, though, uh, 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 um, Cardi B, uh, her boo thing, you know what I'm saying? Child, that's called a thing. If Clarissa got a boyfriend, then so do Cardi. Cardi B's boyfriend, her man, as she say. Um, he was accused by his chef of like what she say he do spent on the bed. And see, that's why I know that some of the report is missing, because hold on, let me see. Okay, yeah, he allegedly whacked her across the face and said, okay, hold on. Shana, why I feel like I'm reading it for the first time? That don't make no damn sense. Yeah, see, it gotta be something missing, because somebody else was saying something about the bed and all of this. Something about he um like pushed her on the bed or something. And I know I'm not tripping, but I don't see that here, you know. But all of that, I'm out of your life, and you got a circus going on, and man, a lot of people were saying it's giving uh it's giving more than just um chefing it up. You know what I'm saying? Almost like shit. You know, was it a little caking going on in there, Chef Miller? You want to tell us about, or that part is just discreet. Yeah, yeah. I mean, I'm just saying, she don't gotta tell us, but I mean, I'm just a lot of people are speculating that, like, yeah, he was probably messing with her too, especially because in them text messages, besides him saying, "Are you happy?" Oh Lord. Besides that part, yeah. Um, it was her saying, "You will." I think she meant to say, "You will be paying me out for the season, and the money you said you will give me for my business." You see, you see, Miss Pressing Curl. She sound like, you know, a little more. Yeah, a little more. Way more than just an employee. You know what I'm saying? The way she said it. He took me out. He said, "Is you high, bitch?" Child, look. But I've been told y'all, hit the like button. That he was a trip. You know what I'm saying? Period. Like Wavy said, I told y'all that man is a fucking trip. I knew it just off of the interaction on the boat. And he ain't even say nothing. It was just his gestures and stuff. You know what I'm saying? I gotta go look at that video again, but I don't know why his gestures and shit was giving Ike Turner type shit. Yeah. But anyway, yeah, she said, "And the money you said you would give me for my business wasted my fucking time. Ooh, being here. Because you got a fucking circus going on." You know, and that don't sound like, you understand? And see, I feel like when Cardi B said, "I'm in the ghetto." Yo, I think she was really trying to tell us what was to come. Because mind you, Chef Mila, okay, she said that somebody that was the dude's boyfriend, I mean girlfriend, oh Lord, excuse me. um his girlfriend dialed her up and said, you know, kind of like, "You doing too much. You ain't got to do all of this." And I'm like, "Oh, you know what I'm saying? Like, who could that be?" I said, "Who could that be?" You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, like, who could that be? You know, because I know his. Y'all need to calm down. I know. Y'all need to calm down. Is y'all cool? I know. You know, that was us. It's the only person I know that's claiming him right now. So I'm like, okay. That's interesting, you know what I'm saying? Somebody trying to protect his image. But that go back to what I was telling y'all earlier too. Y'all make sure y'all scoot up in here and hit the like button. That man, I do feel like he want Cardi B, but I'm not sure he just really necessarily want Cardi B. You know what I'm saying? And when I say that, I mean like for real, like I told y'all. You know, only time will tell, right? Only time will tell us if he's gonna do what it takes to keep Cardi B. You know what I'm saying? It's one thing to want a bitch, it's another thing to keep her. You know? Truth is, like Fantasia said, um, And I don't know. I don't know. But I also wanted to say, like, a part of him wanting Cardi B, to me, also comes with the perks that she comes with, if that makes sense. You know what I'm saying? For him, um, I'm sure that's a lot, because even him being who he is, I just feel like Cardi B got more perks to shit. Does that make sense? Like, people even say it. People been like, oh my God, not y'all posting him. Like, for real. Stephon Diggs don't get talked about like that. So if you ask me, man, Cardi B got talking about for clout and for clout, and I just felt like that was his biggest move, for clout. Just yeah. Shit. And I don't care. Because he been low key. You understand? So like, what would make somebody really low key wanna be with Cardi B? you know. But I'm not saying it's all for clout though, because as soon as I said that, Clay Thompson popped in my mind. But Clay Thompson is a different type of dude. We can't even compare Clay to Stephon at all. Because remind you, one time that it was asked in the locker room what they want they sister to date Stephon, and a whole lot of the players was like, hell no. You know, um, and I hate to be the one to tell that story, cause yeah, I didn't heard it, we didn't heard it, all of us didn't heard it over and over again. Yeah, shout out to that, like Nelly said. Um, But no, it just is what it is. That's crazy. You know what I'm saying? And so, like, I don't want to compare him to Clay Thompson. Hell no. So, anyway, let's continue. I do feel like, he was chasing. It's almost like he was chasing, like Meek Mill said, bitch, I graduated. Call me Big Fish. You know what I'm saying? Like, it is what it is. He was chasing a big fish. He caught a big fish. Shout out to that. Imagine being the big fish in your relationship. I know that's right. Clock it. Clock it. Child, please, And yeah. So like the man, he want Cardi, but like, do he really want Cardi? You know what I'm saying? And that's still to be determined for real. And like, child, I feel like she was trying to warn us. Period. She is. She's in the fucking ghetto. The amongst the ghettos. And like, I understand 100%. You know what I'm saying? Um, from Cardi B's perspective, what she's saying, when she like, cause people be like, man, you could have just stayed with Offset. No, that's weird. It's weird to tell a person that when they feel like they was ready to move on. Even though, you know, people gonna feel like that. That's people's opinion. If that's your opinion, then that's your opinion. Um, I would rather say like she could have just stayed single. You know, she should have just, and she ain't even single yet, so that's crazy. But she could have just stayed without, what's his name? You know, with, on her own. You know, just separated. Separated from Offset. No, here you go. What you looking for? Okay. So anyway, y'all, man, she could have just stayed separated, but I feel her though. She like her baby here. It is what it is. But like, Cardi, please don't feel like you stuck. You know what I'm saying? Lord, please don't. You know, and that's coming from a real one. And yeah, so shout out to that. But like, I don't, you know, I don't necessarily give relationship advice and all of that, all of that. That's not my thing. Yeah, it just is what it is. But I just feel like, you know, child, the sooner the better. But I guess she giving him time to see if he is a prince or a frog child. So let's see what his ass do, child. Let's see, you know, how far his ass can leap, you know what I'm saying, into next year, okay? Without, you know, some more bullshit coming down the pipeline. But I just feel like that's another thing. He wanted Cardi B, but he has to want everything that's gonna come with her. Yeah, that drama and shit, that drama gonna come with her. Like, it is what it is. Like this and that, and it's gonna be some more shit. And like, I feel like I hate to say it, cause I don't know it 100%. So I'm not gonna say it like it's actual and factual, but I do feel like some of that shit came with Cardi B because again, be like Stephon Diggs, who? You know, like, people know Stephon Diggs, but like Stephon Diggs, like, he not really nobody to know like that, you know? And that's why, like, I had to ask around, baby. Yes, like Jay-Z said, ask about me. I'm, hey, hey, that's, that was Cassidy. I'm a hustler. I'm a hustler, homie. I could fuck with you, homie. I said if you a hustler, I could fuck with you, homie. Shout out to that. But you wanna cut off this light? Cut off that light, baby. Child, hold on, let me just tell y'all a quick story time too, though, real quick. Meanwhile, back at the ranch. So, y'all know how I was telling y'all today that, you know, back in the day when I was a kid, they used to tell us all the time that kids in Africa need food. So make sure you eat all y'all food. Child, yesterday, tell me why I hit my kids with uh kids in Africa water they lights be going out, because that's true, it do. Yeah. Oh my God, true story. And I'm not laughing at them or that. I'm laughing at the fact that I had to tell my kids that for real. Because I told y'all, like, I don't like when, you know, lights just drive me on, fans just drive me on, TVs drive me on. That's wild to me. You know what I'm saying? I'm old school. And where I come from, that's called wasting electricity. So, child, and you know, recently when I was like you know, looking at how it is overseas and what it would be like if, we lived overseas and stuff like that, I realized that in Africa, in certain places in Africa, every day, every single day, they have to go without electricity. I forgot for how long it is, but it's like their electricity source isn't like ours. You know what I'm saying? Like it's not a constant 24-hour thing. Like some days they be having to go without it. Like, and I'm like, dang, that's weird. Like I wonder, child, I wonder what they do with their food and all of that. But that's a whole nother story for a whole nother day. But like, yeah, they literally have to go without electricity for some hours. And hours. Like Mooney Long said, I don't know how many. Shit, but that's a true story. Right now, in 2025. So I told my kids quit playing around with the goddamn electricity. Quick story time. Cause kids in Africa, you know what I'm saying? Shoot, they don't have the luxury of just running it. Shit, running it, just shit in the ground just because you can. Shit. And child, but anyway, I told y'all, them fucking celebrities. They be on to everything, child. So anyway, that's funny. But I told y'all that. I tell y'all that all the time. I do believe that, like, and I know this is like kind of weird to say because that's Cardi B's man. So of course, I would say she probably would know, but like that's how it be. It be like that all the time, man. We get when we get by the time it gets to us, it's old, you know. The industry, always know the industry tea, okay? Yeah. Now that don't mean everybody, of course, not. But when Cardi B said, I'm in the ghetto, a lot of people thought she was talking about the whole Christmas thing, you know? And she did make a video addressing the whole Christmas thing, but now I'm wondering if Miss President Girl, was it really this lawsuit, you know? That's how I feel about it. But yes, y'all. Yes, y'all. I had fun with y'all this morning. Period. I always do. Y'all know that I always have a funky good time with y'all. And one thing I want to tell y'all before I go and I wrap this up is like I was saying, Blueface was saying that, he really didn't like streaming, you know what I'm saying? And people was laughing at him, child. It was funny. People was laughing at him in the comments because they was saying that, he was basically, they was like, they were like, Ninja act like he clocking out, you know? Um, Because, Blueface is like, I got 13 minutes left. You know what I'm saying? He was ready to get up out of there. Because he said, you know, he knew the streaming. You know what I'm saying? He said he just don't really like it like that. You know, he said it make him feel like he talking to himself. Y'all, it's so funny, y'all. But, shout out to DJ Yella. He got in the comments and he was like, people who do that shit is talented as fuck. Those people was like, man, that shit ain't talented, right? But let me tell you something. Truth is, I don't care. I don't care. I don't care. That shit do take a little bit of talent. You know what I'm saying? It do. And I don't mean to undermine it. Because actually, it just, it actually depends on how far you willing to go with it. But it's all content creating, if you ask me. You know what I'm saying? And I do think that content creation is talent, you know what I'm saying, on different levels, and even streaming. You know what I'm saying? And they said something about a motherfucker talking for hours and hours or something like that. Like, that shit made me think about me. You know what I'm saying? It is. And I humbly, you know what I'm saying? And respectfully, I mean that. Like, yeah, shout out to everybody who do it, because everybody, I wouldn't say everybody can. Does that make sense? Now I do know that I feel like it's some people who could, but they don't want to, right? It's almost like going to school to be, anything that you want to go to school to be. I could do that. Bitch, I could do that. Type shit, but I don't want to. Same thing. Yeah, I do believe it's people who could do it, but they don't want to. Of course. Of course, duh. Type shit. We're not dumb. Um, but at the end of the day, let's keep it a bean, let's keep it a buck. It is some people out here who can't. You know what I'm saying? They can't. It is what it is. I don't believe everybody can, if that makes sense. Because like I said, shout out to everybody who create content. But like I said, um, you see, oh, and I was trying to make a point earlier, y'all. So let me get to this point, then I'm gonna go back to that too. You see a lot of people who enter this game, but not a lot of people who stay. Does that make sense? I'm gonna say that again. It's a lot of people who enter this game. It's not a lot of people who stay. Okay? And so that's the point I want to make. And then so also too, another point I want to make is my bad, my ice is jiggling and shit. Child, I'm thirsty. Um the co-host shit. Somebody told Blueface he should get a co-host, and I was like, yeah, that's great. That sounds good. You know what I'm saying? That's a good ass point. But then too, the co-host thing can be tricky too, because I was looking at Mano them and all of them, Jim Jones them, and I like they show. That's a good dynamic. I like they show. But then at the same time, like, I guess they'll be okay. You know what I'm saying? I was just like, when you got out on people like that, you got out on people like that. And I just feel like it's gonna be hard to really lock in for people to just really commit and lock in, unless, hear me out, unless they was already locking in anyway. Does that make sense? So like, for instance, my me my show's executive producer and I, we will be able to do something. You know what I'm saying? Because we already always together anyway. So if I say, hey, babe, let's do a show on Saturday mornings, you know what I'm saying? Just me and you. I mean, you and I. That could work for us. You know what I'm saying? Because we always together on Saturday mornings anyway. Same thing with them. If they always together, then yeah, it could work. Other than that, it could get tricky, y'all, because for real, I just feel like co-host is just like any other thing that where you have to depend on somebody. That's kind of hard. It is, because they have to be committed just like you are. You know, they have to show up. You know, they gotta put in the work, if that makes sense. You know, and people just don't be there all the time. But then I thought about it. I was like, the Breakfast Club make it work. You know, the Breakfast Club, they be gone sometimes. You know, remember Natalie Nunn was just saying how when she pulled up there, Jess was gone. You know, so they do that. You know, they'll take the day off and stuff like that. So that's that. But yeah, just a couple of tips, you know what I'm saying, from your girl Shay Renee. Cause that's how I feel about the whole co-host thing and, you know, the podcast world, you know. And all of that shit, you know. Cause shit, it is what it is. Um, I look at it as work at the end of the day. It's all work. It is. Paid or unpaid. It's all work. Shit. And it's all creativity, you know? At the end of the day. It's entertainment. It's entertainment. Shit. So shout out to that, you know? Um Yeah. And I like it. Period. Y'all know that. I like it. It is what it is. Yeah, we going up. We going up with it. So shout out to that. And let me say this before I go. Y'all make sure y'all hit the like button. I know that I was saying earlier that I'm not necessarily into technology like that, and I'm not. You know what I'm saying? I'm not. And but I feel like God gonna continue to bless us, okay, in our platform. So y'all make sure y'all don't worry about that because I'm definitely not gonna worry about that, okay? Yeah. Everybody say it with me now. Yeah. I should said that before I said it. I definitely got it next time. So anyway, shout out to that. But I think I'm coming back later. So what a blessing, what a blessing, what a blessing. And Happy New Year's Eve, everyone. Oh my God. He didn't have to do it, but he did. Thank you, Jesus. Oh man. Thank you, God. Oh, I'm in love with you. Period. Can I just tell you that? Listen, I'm so in love with you. Let me say something, y'all. I love God so much. Period. Okay? And like, God is good. He good. So I don't know who needs to hear that, but God is good, okay? So, period. We gonna keep it pushing. Yeah. Ain't no looking back. You know, if we do look back, let's look back for good reasons. Okay? The good things. You know what I'm saying? I had a blast. 2025 was a fucking blast for me. You know, I'm really, really excited about what's to come, Pooper Stars. You know, I can't tell you enough. You know what I'm saying? I can't keep telling y'all enough. I know y'all probably like, damn, will it get here so she'll quit talking about it? Yeah. So shout out to that. And I ain't mad. I ain't mad. Shit. If I could, trust me, for real. This is a true statement too. True story. If I could, baby, I would fast forward us to 2026 December all over again. You know what I'm saying? I would. I really, really would. Because, like, I feel like it's going to be a good ass year. Boom. One. And then two, like, yeah, this is just my time of the year. I'm a goat, bitch. I'm a Capricorn. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, I say that shit proudly. Like, I don't, yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, right? I have never, you know, I have yet to see, I don't know. Because I guess everybody, usually people be proud. You know, most people, I mean, you got a lot of people who be like, I ain't into horoscopes. I ain't into horoscopes. But most people who are into them, you know what I'm saying, be proud of what they is for life. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy, too. Because, like, as blessed as I am, and as awesome as I am, and as amazing of a person as I am, you know, that God blessed me to be. I can't believe I be like, you know what I'm saying? I chalk all of that amazingness and greatness up to being a Capricorn. That's crazy. You know what I'm saying? That's crazy. I'm gonna have to look into that. You know what I'm saying? Cause I'm so much more than just that. But like, no, seriously, you know, this is goat season. Yeah. So I mean that shout out to all of us and shout out to the big dogs. You know, fuck it. It just is what it is. You know, it is what it is. Everybody celebrates. You know what I'm saying? And as a Capricorn, you gotta wait all year long. You gotta watch every single horoscope do it. Period. But like I feel like don't nobody do it like we does. Period. Like remember I said, damn, I look good and can't nobody do it like I could. Ah, that's my shit. Ah, yeah. You know, I look too good to be wearing that. You know, I look way too good to be. I'm conceited. I got a reason. That's my shit. What? Baby, that's my shit. Yeah. She said, oh, that's my shit, baby. Let me say, you know, I look way too good to be buying that. I'm conceited. I got a reason. Hey, that's my shit. Ah. She say, damn, I look good and can't nobody do it like I could. Get it, Remy. Tell him. You better tell him, bitch. So anyway, child. Yeah. We gonna have a funky good time. I hope y'all have an amazing holiday. I hope y'all turn up. I hope y'all got something. I don't care what it is. You know what I'm saying? Cause I don't know who I'm talking to, you know? But I do know that like everybody don't feel the same, you know? So I'm especially talking to you. I really, really hope and pray that like everybody listening got something, you know, to look forward to. You know what I'm saying? In this upcoming year. It just is what it is. So, yeah. Yes, Pooper Stars. It's your girl, Shay Renee, and I had a funky good time with y'all. I guess I'm signing out. And I will see y'all in my next video. I'm trying to come back today. I'm definitely trying to come back today. And I'm definitely going to try to make it a habit while I'm on with you guys in the morning that um I tell y'all, if I got a morning show, okay? I'll see y'all later on today on today's show, okay? Or something like that. I'm gonna try to get in the habit of letting y'all know if I'm coming back or not, okay? Because y'all know right now, that's what it is. Supposed to be coming back. All right, let me show y'all something. Let me show y'all these handy dandy notes. One time for the mind. Y'all see that? It says Cardi B and Stephon Diggs charged, Christian family drama, Tiana and Aaron, Natalie Nunn and Cam Newton, Jamal and Bryant. So in our reality, we talking about Christian, Tiana, Natalie Nunn, and Jamal Bryant, wife. None of that really gets my juices going like that. Truth is, like Fantasia said, so yeah, I don't know. You know, we gonna see though. We gonna see. We gonna see what the day brings. If I don't see y'all again today, or y'all don't hear from me again today, Happy New Year, Pooper Stars. We got this shit wrapped. Yeah, so shout out to that. Yes. And I said yes, y'all. Yes, y'all. And child, I done forgot I was on camera. But it's all good. Yeah, it's all good, Pooper Stars, because it's gonna have to be. Yeah. So shout out to that. But like, yeah, when I say my little yeah shit though, child, the faces I be making. But anyway, y'all, I will see y'all on my next video. Bye, y'all. I'm out. Deuces, like Chris Brown had said and shit.